Hi everyone, happy Friday. On here because I'm at home on a Friday night. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym, and I thought I should do this before I go to the gym since I promised that you'd see me in a turtleneck half the time. Most of the time, 99% of the time, I think is exactly what I said. And when I go to the gym, I don't wear my turtleneck, so um, yeah, still the turtleneck. Um, Everybody else is experiencing snow, and people are messaging me out asking me how the weather here in Toronto, how it is, and it's like thunderstorms. It's so bizarre. I'm right off the lake, and it's super windy, and there's thunder and lightning. So yeah, this is interesting. It's kind of like what's happening in my little neck of the woods compared to everyone else that's a little bit farther away, like 2 or 3 hours away, and you guys are getting tons and tons of snow, which I'm a little bit sad about because I do like snow when it's freezing cold outside. I don't like it when it's wet and rainy when it's wintertime, but it is what it is. So yeah, very interesting day today for me. I woke up this morning to somebody posting a meme or a little reel about Lot, um, and how his wife looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. So I reposted it with a little blurb above it. I think that's found in Genesis. Let me check and see. I don't like talking about these things and not giving you guys a reference. Genesis 19. And it kind of helped me to kind of put into perspective a few things that I was talking about with friends and family this week about leaving the past in the past and moving forward and stepping into a new home and just kind of restarting from the bottom up and rebuilding. And it's an interesting concept when you've lost everything at my age to be able to start over again, and I'm kind of looking at it that way as an opportunity to start fresh and not looking back and regretting or feeling like I'm kind of sad because I have to start fresh. And you know, it's one of the hardest things to do when you've worked really hard to build up things, which, you know, most of what I don't have right now are just some of the things like clothing and furniture and things like that would have helped for me when I moved to this new place. Some very important things that I have not been able to get back, like pictures and just some things that are special memories that I wished I could get. But when that got brought up to me this morning, and then tonight I was watching a service on YouTube, and again the same message about Lot's wife looking back and turning into a pillar of salt came up on the message that the pastor was talking about. So I'm like, I guess that God is trying to talk to me about not looking back. And so that's what I just wanted to come on here and share with you guys a little bit about tonight. How when we go through things in life, we try to, and like I said this morning, we try to give CPR to things that are dead. And we try to bring back a lot of things that God has put to death in our lives because He doesn't want them to be a part of our lives anymore. And it's really, really hard when you've invested time and money and energy. And if you're anything like me, I like things that mean something to me. So I put value to things that I've had for a long time and that I've saved and kind of kept with me, especially certain particular pieces of clothing that I found in my thrifting, and I think they're really cool and they're just special pieces, and I'm like, this is so amazing. But everything is replaceable. And I've learned that I am a really good thrifter, and I've been able to kind of find treasures that are equally as marvelous as what I had before. And they really don't mean that much to me like I thought they did. I think that the hardest thing was for Dawson because, you know, she was a part of this journey with me, and unfortunately everything was kind of lost, and her stuff included. So that kind of breaks my heart because it's not fair when your kids sometimes have to pay the price for things, the decisions and choices that you made, and the repercussions aren't always easy for anyone, but especially for kids that don't always understand the why part of it. And so I'm really kind of learning as I go that looking back does nothing but stop the progression in the right direction, which is obviously to move forward. and it takes your mind off of what you should be working on. It stops you in your tracks. It's like try to walk forward and look behind you. You just can't do that. And then there's that example of the rear view mirror in your car is really, really small, and the windshield in front of you is very, very big, because you don't need to see what's behind you as much as you need to see what's in front of you. So that's where your focus should be. I mean, every once in a while you look back for safety reasons, or just to kind of make sure everything is okay behind you, but honestly, what's behind you is behind you. And so learning, and I say this because I'm learning every day, that God brings you through things to teach you lessons and to show you things so that you can learn from them and then help other people when they're going through the same things. But to go back and dwell in that space and kind of hope that things change and wish things hadn't happened the way that they did, or that impossible thought of trying to make things better that have already happened, which we know you cannot do. I think that I'm really starting to recognize that I'm glad for things that have happened to me in the past, even though they've been very difficult things. I'm glad because I've learned so many things, so many lessons that I now am going to use to help other people that are in the middle of those tough lessons and those tough times. And I'm a great example and perfect evidence that you can come out of situations that are tough. You can come out of abusive situations, abusive relationships, and trials and tribulations that you feel like you're just buried under, and you can move forward out of them. But the reminder that God says, and he mentions it again in the New Testament, he talks about Lot's wife looking back again in the New Testament, which is kind of interesting how he mentions it, because it's that important to him that we not do that. So if it's important to him, then it should be important to us to not be looking back at what has happened in the past, but to keep our eyes and our focus on the things that are in front of us, and the goals and the dreams and the ambitions that we have set before us. And he honors that when we do that, because he will continue to pour into your life and bless you and give you the tools that you need to move forward and to move out of those bad memories, and a lot of times for some people bad habits, and away from bad people and bad situations. And I want to encourage people today, as hard as it is, to take my lead on that and help me, encourage me as we walk forward, to not dwell on the things that have happened in the past. It's okay to go back and learn from the things that have happened, and to recognize that you don't want to carry those kind of bad things into your future with you. Like, dust off your feet and put on clean sandals and move forward. But learning from things that have happened in the past doesn't mean that you keep going back there. It means that you remember, but you move forward and you use those as life lessons, and become empowered because of the things that have happened in your past. So that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to show other people to do. I've been spending lots of time working on finishing up my website, so that's going to be launched, I think, by Monday. Also, there was unfortunately a death of one of the members on my team that's publishing the book, so that had to be put on hold until Monday. So we're waiting for that meeting to happen. This is lesson in patience again that God keeps showing me. And I also have a really exciting announcement that I'm going to make tomorrow. I think I'm going to do it live. I think I'm going to get on here and do a live announcement of one of the things that I'm stepping into that I'm super, super excited about. I can't wait to share with you guys. It's a new project that I've kind of been mulling over and thinking about for the last probably 2 years. And I finally made the decision to jump in and get involved, because it really means a lot to me. And it's one of the F words in my program, so it's the perfect time. So I'm really excited about that as well. So I'm going to share that, a little sales pitch to kind of reel you in. This is me fishing and reeling you in so that you jump on again and see what it is that I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to say goodbye because I got to get to the gym And I like to finish these off at about 10 minutes, which is probably longer than what it should be. I can keep people's attention for some amount of time, but I could talk for hours and hours. Happy Friday. Thank you for jumping on. Remember, keep pushing forward. Reach for those goals and dreams. Look forward, don't look back. Remember, everything that you want is ahead of you and not behind. Have a blessed weekend, and I will talk to you guys soon.